Hey guys, it's Taylor, and welcome to my July wrap-up and August to be read. So I actually did very well reading-wise for the month of July. I hope I can do the same for August, but that might be a bit difficult because I am officially studying abroad in London for the fall semester, so August will be full of me packing up and finding things to do, but hopefully I'll be able to read at least half of what I read in July. So let's start with the books I read in July. We will go in order, starting with Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince by J.K. Rowling, which I did listen to on audiobook. This is probably my favorite in the series because I am Ron and Hermione's shipping trash, and this book was full of it. Next, for #AYearathon, I read Miss Marvel Volume 3, Crushed. I really liked this one. It was super cute. It had a lot of, nice, sweet little lessons, and I can't wait to read the next volume because this was amazing and I love Kamala Khan. Next, for #AYearathon, I read Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I really like this first installment to the Lunar Chronicles series. I'm hoping to read the next two in August because there were so many questions that I need answered and so many characters I have yet to meet. Next, I read Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, and this book, I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. The problem is, I started reading it, and I liked it, and then I went and I saw the movie, and I liked the movie a lot more than I ended up liking the book. So after watching the movie, the second half of the book was a bit of a slog to get through. And once again, it's not like this is a bad book, but I feel like the movie handled the plot of the novel a lot better than the book did. The book is just so weighed down with issues. It was almost like the author was just kind of throwing a bunch into a pot and going, okay, that's what we'll do. And the movie decided to take out certain elements of the plot that I personally didn't like and include it with a lot more joy. I know that's hard to say because if you know the ending of this book, you know how it goes and how, what emotions should be tied to it. But I think Lou's and, I can't even remember his name. I think Lou's and Will Trainor's chemistry was done much better by Sam Claflin and Emilia Clarke. And I understand wanting a disabled actor to play Will Trainor. I totally get that, and I totally agree. However, at least Sam Claflin is a good actor and could handle Will Trainor's almost belligerent and pompous personality a lot better than it was written in the books. But yeah, so it did kind of sour my opinion on the book, but it wasn't bad. I enjoyed myself. After that, I read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I've been really looking forward to this book, and as you can see, I have a signed copy, and it was good. I don't think I hate it as much as some people do. I thought it was nice. I enjoyed myself. The final conflict of the book, I think, was where I really started to really get into it. But other than that, I did kind of like the subtle world building, and also I do kind of have a thing for traditional European fairies. So I did like the mythology of this world and the world building and the descriptions of how this world functioned. I thought it was interesting, and I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury now, so I can't wait to figure out what else is going to happen in this series. After A Court of Thorns and Roses, Booktubeathon started. So the first book I finished for Booktubeathon, and my next book on this list, was Rat Queens, Volume 1, Sass and Sorcery. I really like this. It's a bit raunchy, totally inappropriate, but I had a lot of fun reading this, and I am definitely looking forward to the next volume, I guess. And hopefully I'll buy that soon, and maybe I'll read that next month if I have time. So my camera cut out just, probably right before my Percy Jackson and the Olympians rant. So I can't capture the majesty of watching the movie and being so mad. But yeah, the next book I read was Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, which I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was super cute. It was a middle grade book, so it obviously wasn't intended for, a 20-year-old college student. But I did really like it. It was super cute, and I can't wait to read Sea of Monsters, which I will hopefully get to pretty soon. Next I read Star Trek Countdown to Darkness, which I had hoped to read before I saw Star Trek Beyond, but that didn't end up happening. But I did end up reading it the last day of the Booktubeathon, and it was good. I said in my Booktubeathon wrap-up that the story of Star Trek works a lot better on the big or small screen as opposed to the page. But it was still good. There was a lot of Spock and Uhura moments, not a lot, but I did get a frame of them that is absolutely adorable because they are my children. I love them. And the last book I read for the Booktubeathon was Love and Friendship by Jane Austen, which, as you can tell, it's misspelled because the book does include all the misspellings that occurred throughout her first manuscripts when she was younger. This was very cute. I did really enjoy seeing how Jane Austen kind of developed her writing style and her wit and sense of humor and her characters. It's written, I think, predominantly in epistolary, but my favorite of these early works has to be A History of England, which is really, really funny. I enjoyed it, and I highly recommend other people go out and read it if you like Jane Austen. And the final book I read in July, which I started during Booktubeathon, but I couldn't finish it because it was huge. But it was the book that I only read at night, and it was totally fitting because it was Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is probably going to be one of my favorite books of the entire year. It was really good, really creepy, really spooky, but it also had a lot of heartwarming moments. The friendship between Henry Dubois IV and Ling Chan are actually really, really funny. It's really funny, it's really heartwarming, it's amazing, and I didn't think I'd like the two of them together as friends, but their friendship is probably one of the stronger elements of this book. However, I do really like the world building, so to speak, in this book. It takes place in 1920s New York, but there are a lot of supernatural and paranormal happenings, and Libba Bray does a really great job of weaving those elements into this, into America as it's growing and getting bigger, but also kind of looming over the Great Depression. And she really captures both kind of the insanity and the racism and as well as the paranormal happenings of her world in these books. So I really need the next book to come out, Libba, please, pretty please. I need it. The Diviners just got together, they all know each other, they're all talking, it's beautiful, please. And those were the books I read for July. Let's move on to the books that I want to read or finish in August. So my goal for this month is to read 5 books, and I don't know if I'll get to all of them. I hope I will, but as I said earlier, I'm going to be really busy, but I do hope to put aside some time for reading. So the first book in August that I hope to finish is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I already started it, and I'm about 100 pages through, and it's really good so far, but I am in a bit of a reading slump, so I do hope that I can just work through it, read through it, and finish this, because this will be probably the longest book. I don't know, maybe Deathly Hallows is longer, I'll check. But this will probably be one of the longest books I read this entire year, and I'd really like to finish it before the month is out. So we'll see how that goes, but I think I can finish it. I finished Lair of Dreams in like a week, so I think I can do this. The next book that I'm listening to on audiobook that I hope to finish this month is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. I've already started this on audiobook. I'm just under halfway through, so I'm pretty sure I can finish this in the allotted time. The next book on my list is, it's kind of fitting for summer, and I do hope to finish it before the next book comes out, and that is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. I got this at an event where I got to listen to Rick Riordan speak, and it's signed and everything, and I really like the cover. It also takes place in Boston, which is where I go to school, so I really would like to read this and to finish it. I don't think it's a particularly long book, but we will see. The next book I'd like to read is Scarlet, the second book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I read Cinder, and I really liked it, so I'm hoping Scarlet will be just as good, if not better. But yeah, I'd really like to continue with this series this month. The last book I'd like to read in August is Cress by Marissa Myers, which is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles. And I heard this was one of the better books in the series, and I hope that's true because it's pretty big. But yeah, I hope I can finish it this month. It'll probably be one of the last books I read, so fingers crossed. And that was my August TBR. I hope you all liked it, and if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me down below, what books are you planning on reading in August, and what was the favorite book you read in July? Thank you so much for watching again, guys, and I will see you all in my next video later. Bye!